Class, and welcome to lesson 2.7, equation of the circle. This is going to be the last formula we're going to learn today for the unit, and next video lesson we are going to put it into a real life situation, and then we're going to get ready for reviewing and upcoming tests. So please make sure you know when your unit test is, check the website, or ask Miss R if she hasn't already put it on the board. All right, let's get started with our warm-up. So just remember, guys, we've got a unit test coming up. Any of these questions are fair game. So question 1A says find the midpoint of AB. Okay, so remember, midpoint is capital M, AB equals where you add the two x values, so negative 12 plus 4, and divide by 2, comma, add the two y values and divide by 2. And remember, this is an ordered pair, so you got to have your brackets and your comma. So I always do that ahead of time, guys, so that I know I've got an ordered pair. And I simplify the first, or the x-coordinate. It's going to be negative 4. And I simplify the y-coordinate and negative 2. If you have any questions with that, please come see me. Next, we'll do the length, ladies and gentlemen, which is the big square root one. And again, I do the square root first because people tend to forget that. Okay, subbing in, you got to take x2, subtract x1. When you subtract a negative, it becomes a positive. Hopefully you guys are okay with that by now. And again, when we take a look at the differences between the y's, it's going to be 7 subtract a negative becomes a positive. Okay. Do some calculator work here, folks. So you're going to have 16 squared plus 18 squared equals, total that together, square root of 580. And then, ladies and gentlemen, take the square root, and it's approximately 24.1 units. Okay, let's take a look at question number 2. Given the line segment CD with midpoint, oh, I give you the midpoint, so that's that tricky one. If we give the C ordered pair, find the D ordered pair. So remember, we set up the midpoint formula, usually with the midpoint on the left equals the addition of the two points and divided by 2. But we're midpoint's given this time, so we need to put 2 and negative 8 on the left. Equals, what do we know on the right? We know only one of the ordered pairs, so it's going to be x plus 5 divided by 2 and y plus 6 divided by 2, because we only know the C. We do not know the D. That's what we got to try to find. Just remember, folks, the rules or the definition of an equal sign or an equation is that whatever's on the left side has to be equal to what's on the right side. So in blue, I've underlined that the x-coordinate on the left has to equal the x-coordinate on the right. Likewise, the y-coordinate on the left also has to equal the y-coordinate on the right. So let's solve for x first. So I'm going to say that 2 equals x plus 5 divided by 2. And again, we want to get x by itself, so we're going to times both by 2. And these will cancel, so it's going to be 4 equals x plus 5. Move the 5 over to the other side. We've got 4 minus 5 equals x. So we get that x equals negative 1. It's one part of it, ladies and gentlemen. So we found the x coordinate. Now we need to find the y coordinate. So we'll do it over here. I'll say negative 8 equals y plus 6 divided by 2. Again, you do the same thing where you multiply both sides by 2. So you've got negative 16 equals, those cancel, y plus 6. Move the plus 6 over, becomes a negative. So negative 16 minus 6 equals y. So y equals negative 22. Please don't finish with that. You need to then say, therefore, ordered pair D equals x first and then y. All right. Any questions to 2, please come see me. 3, determine the equation of the line, oh, watch this, guys, in standard form. So standard form is ax plus by plus c equals 0. So you got all the terms on one side. And remember, 2 rules about this, and I know a lot of people have forgotten this in grade 9, but we'll go over it again. A must be positive, just A, and no decimals or fractions. Okay, and that's just for the A. All right, so we'll go over that today while we do this. Okay, I know I've had unit tests before where people have just put it in y equals mx plus b form, but if it says in standard form, you're going to lose some points. So make sure you read the questions carefully. And in fact, underline it if you see it, or highlight it, or circle it, whatever is important to you to make it stand out. All right, 3a, we got a slope of 7, so m equals 7, and it passes through this point, so we're going to let p equal -2 and q equal -6, and we're subbing it into the slope point form equation. Just fixing that up so you can see it. All right, so let's sub it in. So remember, it's y equals m bracket x minus p plus q. So subbing in your variables, y equals slope is 7, x subtract a negative becomes positive, and -6. We're going to use distributive law, so we're going to bring the 7 in, so it's going to be 7x plus 14 minus 6, and then collect like terms. Okay, so we're going to have plus 8. But remember, folks, that's in slope y-intercept form, or the equation, the line, in y equals mx plus b form. But we want it in the standard form. So take a look at a, which is 7 in this case. Is it positive? And is it does it have any decimals or fractions? So, no, so it's fine where it is. So we're going to leave 7x where it is, and we're going to bring the y over and change the sign. So it's going to be minus y plus 8. I'm just putting it in order. And the right side will be that, and then the left side will equal 0. So I just moved it into standard form. So it's ax plus by plus c equals 0. All right? Great, let's try the next one. Perpendicular to this equation. So first of all, my slope for the equation that I give is -1/3. And to find slope perpendicular, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to invert and change the sign, or negative reciprocal. So my slope perpendicular is going to be 3, and we're going to pass it through this point P and Q, which is B, 2, and 5. All right, so here we go. Y equals 3 bracket x minus 2 plus 5. All right, we've subbed it in. Now we're going to use distributive law. So 3x minus 6 plus 5. And that equation simplifies when you collect like terms to 3x minus 1. Please remember, folks, that I asked it to be in standard form. So take a look at a where it is. A is a whole number, which is great, and it's positive. So we're going to leave it where it is. We're going to bring the y over, change it to negative, and -1. There we go. Last question today, ladies and gentlemen. And this is an important one to make sure you know how to do, because we're going to apply this today to, although it says, is point A lie on the line, we're going to do the same thing for lie on the circle, which is what today's lesson is. So please make sure you know how to do this. All right, and remember last day when we take a look at this, we did a left side, right side check. And left side and right side is wherever the equal sign is. So on the right side, it's 0. Okay? So we don't have to do any work there. So all the work's on the left side. That's why I made the left side bigger. Okay, so the left side equals 2x plus y minus 4. Now we're going to sub in our x and y values from our point to see if it works. So 2 times 5, which is x, plus -6 minus 4. So we have 10 minus 10, if you take a look at collecting the negatives there, which equals 0. And please don't forget your communication. Since left side equals right side, therefore, point A does lie on the line, or is correct, whatever you want to say. Awesome, there's your warm-ups. Now today, folks, is the easiest lesson I think we've got in this unit. It's another equation. Hopefully you remember it from before when we were taking a look at the vertical line test and had any equations. But for the equation of the line, ladies and gentlemen, every circle will be centered at 0, 0, which is the origin. So just take a look at this diagram here before you start writing it out. Okay? If we apply the distance formula, which we know, which is OP, which is the point, if we know our ordered pair, one end is going to be the origin, and the other end is going to be any point, we can calculate the radius. Notice in the formula, folks, if we are subtracting 0, then we can almost eliminate the length formula becomes simplified, because when we subtract 0, it's going to just leave us with the radius, which is x, the square root of x squared plus y squared. But many times we don't want square root signs, so we just square both sides. So it's going to be r squared equals x squared plus y squared. So write that out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And r, remember, is the radius. It's a distance. It's the distance from the origin to a point, and it can never be negative because it's a length, right? All right, so we're going to start it off really easy, guys. You ready? Example 1 says, write an equation of a circle with center 0, 0, and a radius of 4. So this says r equals 4. So if we sub it into the equation, x squared plus y squared equals 4 squared. And then we just simplify what 4 squared is to finish it off. So it's x squared plus y squared equals 16. Done. Pretty easy, eh? Let's do the next one. X squared plus y squared equals 6 squared. Simplify that. And you're going to have x squared plus y squared equals 36. Now getting a little harder, but no worries, folks. It's a decimal. We can handle it. So it's going to be x squared plus y squared equals 5.3 squared. So x squared plus y squared equals, plug in your calculator, and let's round to 1 decimal place, and you'll get 28.1. Okay, next one. Oh, now we're going to work differently. Now we're going to sketch the graph of this. Okay, so first of all, this is the expression of the circle. So we've got x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So r squared equals 9, which means the radius has to equal the square root, right? And radius equals 3. So ladies and gentlemen, you always have 4 key points when you're doing a circle. Okay, so draw your circle first. You can just do a sketch like I'm doing. Okay, and if we know we got a radius of 3, we got 4 easy points here on our axes to label. So the first one I will do here, which is the easiest one, is 3 and 0. Okay, then going up counterclockwise, 0 and 3, negative 3 and 0, and 0 and negative 3. So whenever you're given the equation of a circle, you already know 4 key points. All right, let's try the next one. Looking at this, folks, you can automatically say r equals 5. Draw a circle best you can. Okay, and again, label the points. So this is 5 and 0, 0 and 5, negative 5 and 0, and 0, negative 5. All right, let's work backwards now. Let's give you the graph, and then you have to give me the equation. So do the opposite of this one. Don't worry, you can handle this. Okay, so for number 3, from the diagram, write the equation. So based on this, ladies and gentlemen, this is point A, which is 7, 0. So that tells me the radius has to equal 7. So you plug it in the equation, x squared plus y squared equals 7 squared. Don't forget to simplify that. X squared plus y squared equals 49. All right, taking a look at the second one. Taking a look at the second one, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ordered pair B, which is negative 9 and 0. Please don't tell me R is negative 9. That's just positioning on the circle. The radius is the distance from the origin to that point. So the R, in this case, equals 9. And you can sub it right in, ladies and gentlemen, and go x squared plus y squared equals r squared, which is 81. All right. Any questions? Okay, last question for today's video. Okay, like points on a line, any point on a circle satisfies the equation, that of the equation. So you do the same thing, left side, right side check like we did in warm-up. And we're going to check this out. So on the right side of my equation, folks, I have 25 with an equal sign. And on the right side, left side, I've got x squared plus y squared. Subbing in our values, it's going to be 4 squared plus negative 3 in brackets squared. 4 squared is 16 plus 9, which equals 25. So since left side equals right side, Therefore, point A is on the circle. Okay. Take a look at example B. Okay. Got right side and left side, and we know the right side equals 25. And we're going to substitute in. So we've got negative 1 squared plus 5. Oops, I didn't need the brackets there, but that's okay. Squared. You get 1 plus 25, and this equals 26. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen this case. You're going to go since. Does left side equal right side here? No, it doesn't. So you go since left side does not equal. See, I'd put a slash through the equal sign, guys. That's your proper communication there. Therefore, point B is not on the circle. Okay. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, we could tell exactly where it is. If the maximum value is going to be of r squared is 25, and you got an answer of 26, that means it's going to be outside the circle because it's greater, right? So it's outside the circle. Just if I asked you to specify where it would be. Okay, and if the left side equaled 15 in this case, according to the right side, it'd be inside the circle, wouldn't be on, right? Only when it's equal is it on. All right, class, here's your homework, and it won't take you that long, folks, similar to what we just did in the lesson. So page 109, numbers 1AB, 2AB, 3BC, 4AB, 7, and 9. Have a great day, folks, and ciao.